Hello, everyone. Guess what? I'm going to finish my threads of the universe with you all. And I'm bittersweet about this one. We all know how much I really I still like, but I like her even more, my threads of the universe. I'm Nancy, pampered with diamonds. Stay tuned with me for a whip and chat while I finish my canvas and tell you about the ups and downs of the universe. So let's take a look. This is the section I have left to do, and it's big. And this is how big my workstation is. Oh, yeah. I did not get bit by a snake. I'm just a klutz. I was walking out of my hallway from going to the restroom, came out of the hallway, and when you come out, you make a left to go to the dining room table and the back door. Well, my dog was outside, so when I made my left, I made it too soon and walked into my china closet. Yes, do you remember a china closet / hutch? That's what I walked into. That's where you store all your plates and fine china, knickknacks so that they don't get dusty. Yeah, that's what we used to do back in the day. And yeah, I walked into it and it does not give. So yeah, it looks like I got bit by a snake, but I did not, and it's looking great. I just did this. This is day 3. So it's healing really well. The first night, this was kind of puffed up. It looked like a mushroom, but it didn't actually break the skin. It looks like it did, but it's bleeding underneath the skin. It wasn't bleeding through. It didn't come out. So yeah, that was my distraction there when I put my hand in the camera. Thank goodness. The upside, though, it was not this hand, because I would not be able to participate because it hurts just a little bit to hold a pen, but for a few minutes, but after a while, I'm just thankful it wasn't this one. Priorities, right, guys? Priorities. So I have these 2 colors left. So I am going to do the triangles first. So let's zoom in. And the triangles are right here. So, oh, and there's some right here. So let's finish this. Guys, I started this April 1st for Feeling Groovy, and I have had so much fun completing this one. And I'm going to I've bounced around. This one's a O'Brien custom turning pen. This one's Dragon Scales. And this one is from O'Brien Custom Turning. Also, this was one that I won as a prize from a Randal Spangler event. So I like this one, but I like this one better. But this multi-placer works much better in tight squeezes than this one. So I'm going to use this one to finish it up. That Feeling Groovy event with Scarlett's Crafting Corner. We had so much fun reminiscing and going back in time. She did a great job. I would have to say her event was the most interactive for an event that I've been to in a while. I'm not knocking other events, just everybody's styles are different. And because of her event, unfortunately, I have neglected other channels. But that doesn't mean I don't love you all. I do. But we had some things Scarlett was requiring we had to do, so we had to watch her videos, and it wasn't like torture or anything. They were interesting. So that made it fun. If it was boring, I think I would have been like, never mind. I don't want to do this anymore because I'm not having any fun listening to her talk about boring stuff. But it wasn't boring. We got to relive our cereals back from the 60s and 70s. We got to relive our toys. Guys, it was just so much fun. Go back and watch her videos and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It really was fun. Okay, I am done with the triangles. This tray, by the way, is from Creations Moran. This is my favorite tray because of this right here. Love it. And if I tilt, it doesn't come off like diamond art clubs. If you put it upside down, like if I had a trash drill and I want to knock it to get it out, the cap wouldn't have come off like diamond art club. You can't tip diamond art clubs upside down without the cap coming off. But I like diamond art clubs trays. I like this size. I like this size. I like Dreamer Designs trays, mostly for kitting up, because I put my fabric sheet in there, and then I take the fabric sheet and make a funnel. And I don't remember what channel I seen that in, but great tip. Great tip. So the next color, well, we have a little drill here that's all popping up. Let me put you back down. Okay. This is the last symbol. Come on, camera. Color 758. It goes in focus and then it doesn't. But it's 758 Diamond Art Club. So if you want to look up the color, you can. Feel free. So Mr. Pampered has done some changes to my sound. Put in the comments if you think the sound is better. Let me know. We're trying to work on that. The lighting, anytime the lighting isn't right, that's not Mr. Pampered. That's me. Because sometimes I forget to put on the overhead lights. And one of my recent videos I didn't put the overhead lights on. And when he looked at it, he goes, "You didn't put those lights on." I said, "Yeah, I had the lights on." He's like, "No, you put on the wrong lights. That's why you look washed out." I'm like, "Oh." So guys, still learning. So I need to put a note when I sit down on the corner of my screen that says, "Mic check, lights check, calendar view check." Because I have a calendar that's on my desk and I mark it so that I know what area I need to be playing in so that you can see my videos, so you can see everything I'm doing. So I need to put a note. Don't you guys think? I need a note. There was one video I placed a while back that I completely forgot to put on my microphones, and I did the entire video and there was no sound. I was just talking to myself. There was sound, but you had to put your sound up like on 85 to hear it, because it was just the computer that was recording the sound. So Yeah. So this whole journey has been learning, learning, learning. And it's been fun. Mr. Pampered has learned a lot too about OBS. We use OBS for our live streams. Well, for just about 95 of our recordings are through OBS. I am done with that color, guys. Oh no. I'm bittersweet about finishing this. Now let me put this color away. Now let's take a look, see. And it is May 2nd that I finished this. Oh, we have more right here. Okay. Now because it's upside down, I have to hold my drills this way so that the numbers are upside down so I can make sure it's the right symbol. And I'm missing about 6. And then I'll tell you about my struggles with this canvas. Oh, one more. Guys, one more. Here we go. And she's done. I don't see any more. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's done. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let me tell you. She is gorgeous. Let me move some stuff out of the way. Let me put my date in here. Where's my pen? And today is May 2nd. And it was so much fun. May 1st to May 2nd. And I've got stuff to write in here. I'm going to write about the enhancements. Because let me see if I can show you. Let's go further away. Look at that. Let me see if you can see. Can you see that sparkle when a light hits it? We are thinking about getting a frame for this and then maybe a light to shine on it. Look at that. This is just beautiful. Look at the shine. Gorgeous. Let me take a picture for my thumbnail. Got it. Okay. This canvas. Let's go thrill. Let's go thrill. Let's have a thrill, shall we? Okay. 793. Don't need that one. That's a duplicate. Don't need that one. Need that one. That one one's a duplicate. Okay. First of all, learning about DP sparklers, there was a learning curve. Not a real sharp one, but a learning curve nonetheless. I started down here in this corner. Okay, the bottom left-hand corner. And I went number to number. Like if the number here said 3755, that's what I placed. If it said 911, that's what I placed. But in actuality, okay, 912 was a replacement for 911. So those two together. And then this one. And then we had plus sign. I just threw one on the floor, but that's okay. There was actually 2 cylinders of it. This number, 3755, was being replaced with 793. Okay. That was the same. Okay, this one, the L336 square drill was replaced with Sparkles S4S, and it was a round. So this was replaced with this. And where is this one? Okay. 728 was replaced with rounds 972. So it wasn't drill for drill, okay? And these ABs replace 4 of these. And I placed these in different areas around the canvas. And I'll show you that. The rest of them were number for number, like 209, 209. Okay, easy peasy. I don't remember what 503 was. All right, 503. Let me pull up my instructions because I think that one. For 24 is double parallel lines. Where are you, double parallel lines? Okay. 503 was 503. Why am I drawing a blank for this stuff? It wasn't that long ago that I did it. 913. Okay, 564 is 966. $966 was replaced with 564. $36.07 here. Okay, let's do this one. $37.78 was replaced with $37.78. And then we have $36.07 was replaced with 3607. Easy peasy for those. So it wasn't number to number for in every case. These two were number to number. This one was number to number. And the others were not. Oh, this one was number to number. So these crystals are what help with give this the shine that it has. But this 209 drill, oh my gosh. I did not like working with this specific crystal. There was a lot of flaws in the drills. They were just hard for me to work with compared to even the 3607 drills and the 503 drills. This one was the worst one of all the drills. And I got to a point where I did not replace drill for drill with the 209 because it was just too much of a hassle. Not that you can tell because it's absolutely gorgeous. So there were a lot of X's up in here in the yarn. There were a lot of X's down here, but I replaced them in these. But I replaced them in such a way that I kept these as the pattern going. So you can see the glimmer and the lines. And then as fill-in, instead of putting all these drills, I used the original suggested drill. So that is what I did with 209. These half pearls, they're gorgeous. One of these pearls equals 4 of these. So what I did is it was suggested to put it in the eye, in the end of the needle, see? So I put them in there. And then they suggested scatter it around the canvas for the stars. I didn't put them close. I didn't put them in here because there were spots that were 4 because I wanted this to be the highlight at the bottom of the canvas. I wanted that to be seen. So I didn't want to distract from the eye of the end of the needle. So what I did was scattered throughout. I just placed them wherever I wanted. I mean, there's no rules, right? It's my canvas. So I put one up here at the top. And then I put one, I put about 5 of them in. There's 2 up here. And I put ABs around it. And there originally wasn't, but I added those. And then I did one. Just feel for the bumps, Nan. Feel for the bumps. Put this one up here. And that was not, there were no ABs in here, but I made that little circle a glow. And I think that's the only places I put it that I can tell for now, anyway. Oh, we have a little bit of a mess going on. Occasionally this happens, guys. I'm going to have to seal these in. Oh, and then there's 2. These are probably popping up because I put 2 of those pearls in here. And they weren't meant to be in there. Possibly. All right. So let me see what color those are and fix those right now. Okay, so this double was a special drill. So let me put that one in there. And they're probably on this canvas somewhere, but when I've been rolling it up, and rolling up your canvas does not hurt your canvas. But if the glue is not at its best, they will come off. So, and I'm guessing it wasn't at its best right there. So I will be sealing it in her little neck. This was supposed to be buttons. My husband loved that I put buttons in there. And let me find that. I cannot find that symbol, guys. All right, if I don't do this now, then I'm not going to fix it because I won't see it again. So, and it's become muscle mass for most of the drills. I'm like, oh, I know where that symbol is, except for right now. Right now, it is not muscle mass because I can't find the color. I can't find the drill. And if I can't, oh, here it is. I was going to say, if I cannot find it, so I am going to go fishing for it. That's where you put your pen in and you fish one out. See? Called fishing. Okay. Got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Talking about the special drills. The 3607, I put pretty much where it was charted because it wasn't a whole large area. I mean, in here, there was a lot of them. There's some in here. The yarn of her head had a lot of the specials. There was a lot of the specials everywhere, guys. The W is in here, mostly in that planet there. In here. I think it's in here, and here. The 911, which was 912. I messed up on this side of the canvas. Like I said, I put 911 to 911, and some of it was supposed to be 912. But, and the same with this sleeve. This sleeve right here, I realized it doing her arm. So I kept this side of the arm plain, and then the front of her sleeve glittered. So if you're if you're folding your arm naturally, this would be the front, the back of your sleeve. This would be the front of her sleeve. So I put the glitter on the front because I messed up on here, but it looks natural. That looks like the pattern of the shirt. So that is how I did, that's how I covered up my mistake there. See how this isn't as, this is as not, it's not as charted because you see this green? That wasn't supposed to be that. These were supposed to be glittery. So I fixed it here. But I think the way I fixed it is great. It looks fine. Where else did I mess up? It's really primarily the bottom. And then that's when I realized the numbers are not the numbers. So I thought these were going to look weird, but they don't. If you look wherever it's black, I can't tell. Can't tell the difference other than, I mean, if you look close and you're looking for it, you can see the shapes are different. But other than that, you really can't tell these black circles mixed in with the squares. That's how it was charted. So they're only in here, in her hair. And this was for the L. So I really didn't use any of these. And we already talked about the pearls. And we talked about this one. We talked about this one. Talked about this one. Okay. We talked about how much I do not like this one. Oh, I did not like working with those crystals. I don't think I'm even going to save them. I'll put them in a bulb. I might save a small bag of them, but I did not like working with them. Just saying. Those were the only ones. These were very much like these, but I guess they were just cut a lot smoother and they were a lot easier to work with than these guys. I don't know. I've never really worked with crystals in a large area before. I've done partials. The ones that we just recently had from Hobby Lobby, they had crystals in them, but they're not placed back to back like they are in here where they're supposed to fit snug. I just think the size may have been a little too big because there was a lot of popping drills where they were placed, and I had to really finagle the canvas to get them in there. And occasionally I had to just bite the bullet and put one or two of these in there just so I can get the rest of the drills to fit. But this one, I didn't have that problem. Didn't have that problem with 3755, which was the plus. And there's a lot of them here. But I also, at the top, didn't place them all with this. I made lines. I did some lines here instead of placing all of them in here. I just kind of made a line. So, yeah, I didn't go drill for drill. I just thought it was too much. So see how I did lines? Oh, this canvas, every time I put lights on it, it's beautiful. Even without the lights, she glimmers, but she doesn't glimmer as much as when the light hits it. So I did not mind that drill either. And the V, this green is scattered all over in her hair. See, it's in there. A lot of it's in that ball right there. And then there's some in here, some in here, here. It's just a really pretty green. And I had no issues placing these. These are ABs. No problem placing those. This was my favorite special drill. Okay, this is the regular drill. Can't really see it. Okay, it's like a pukey yellow, I guess. And it's being replaced with this pretty yellow. And they're rounds. These were easy and really fun to place. I really enjoyed placing these. And look at the areas where they were. I guess that can be an earring. And this is a bigger, I don't know. It kind of, this one reminds me of an earring. This reminds me of just an earring that got caught in the yarn. I don't know. But I went ahead and made them all connect here because they only had a few here, a few there. Well, I had them all connect because it goes on here too. I really liked placing these. So this canvas, I'm happy it's done, but I'm not because it was so much fun. And I think I will use my leftovers to enhance other canvases that I have. But yeah, when you do the enhancement drills, guys, make sure you download the instructions from DP Sparklers because it makes more sense to do that than, yeah, it just makes a lot of sense to do it that way because it'll be less confusing to you and it will look better. It will look better. I wish this only took me 2 weeks because I would get another one and do it strictly as charted, and I wouldn't do the number switcheroony thing. But I guess I couldn't have done that with this one because there's no drill in the color code. There's no drill number 793, which is what made me go back and look at the instructions. So what I do now is I take a baggie right here and I'm going to put drills, 2 drills of each color in a baggie as soon as I get my tray. So I'm going to, I just put some spares so that I have them. And as they're done, I'm putting them there. Now these are going to be harder to figure out because they're very close in color. Like, I don't know if you can see that. They look almost identical, although one's more pinker. It's got a pink tint to it than the other one. The other one's more of a blue. And I'm just going to put them on the side, the bags. I just put 2 or 3. No, I don't go crazy. It's just in case of popping drills. I have the exact drill and die lot color because sometimes your die lots can be slightly different. But I have not had to use them. So most of my canvases, the nicer ones, I do frame or put them behind something. So the drills, if you're gonna just seal them, not put them behind a glass frame, then I recommend sealing them. But just keep in mind, these premium canvases, when you seal them, you're voiding your warranty. See, I don't know if using DP Sparklers is going to void a warranty. I need to find that out because it's just something I need to know. So I'm going to put some plain colors in here. Just so I have replacements, guys. You need replacements. You never know. But what I'm saying is the lifetime warranty to me is essential because we don't get to our canvases right away. A lot of times we buy them and they sit in our closet for like a year, sometimes 6 months before we get to them. So it's important that you do an inventory when you get your canvas. Just go through the colors, make sure you have all the colors you're supposed to have, because say you get to it 6 months later and you're short a color or you run out. Well, shouldn't really say run out, but you get to a spot where you don't have colors and you notify a company that you're short and it's discontinued and they send you the color. Yeah. They send you say you're out number 167. You call them and you say, hey, I ran out of 167. Okay, great. Finish the canvas, send me a picture of it, and I'll send you a replacement. Great. You do that, you get your replacement. Well, the die lot is slightly different. Now, it may not make a big deal because if your canvas, you run out here and you get your replacements, well, you need some for the bottom and you've already had enough for the top. Might not be a big deal. You might not be able to tell. But if you would have run out in the face and I ran out of a color that helps make the face look the way it does, I think I might be a little upset if the colors don't match. That's all I'm saying. You want to check your canvases. Make sure you have every color you're supposed to have. That is important. All right, I'm going to tell you a little funny story. This has nothing to do with diamond art. But I did have fun with this, guys. So in closing, I had fun. You'll be seeing this again in my April completions video. And now for the little story. Oops, I need one more of these. Because I think a green fell out. My puppy went for a walk this morning. I did not go for a walk. He did. Let me tell you. He went for a walk all by himself, like a big boy. He sure did. I was eating my breakfast and drinking my coffee, and my doorbell rings at like 7:40 in the morning. And I'm like, who the heck is ringing my doorbell at 7:40 in the morning? Well, guess who it was? I go to the door, look through the glass so I don't open the door for a weirdo. And I see my neighbor on the other side. So I opened the door. I said, good morning. But I look down my dog's standing next to him. And I looked at the neighbor and I looked at my dog. I opened the door. My dog came in and I said, "Thank you. Where'd you find him?" He says, "He came over to visit. He went to my front door and he just stood there looking in like I was supposed to feed him or something." I said, "Oh." He says he was very nice. He was very polite. I said, "Well, you didn't give him anything to eat, did you? Because he's got a lot of food allergies." "Yeah, I know, a dog, food allergy." He goes, "Oh, no, 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 no. I don't give people's animals food unless they look like they're going to eat me instead." I said, "That's probably a good policy." I said, "Yeah, Milo wouldn't have eaten you." He goes over to my neighbor's house because my neighbor has like 6 cats. So he likes to go over and visit the cats. Most of his cats like my dog. He's got one cat that every time he sees my dog, he hisses at him and makes my dog run away. I should see if I can catch it on tape. And the other cats will actually kiss him through the fence. Kind of neat. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I'm kissing the kitty cats. They're my friends. They are my friends." And I'm like, "Yeah, not all of them. There are some there that do not like you, dog." So I went out of the house and I'm trying to find out where he got out at. Because he doesn't jump the fence. When we first got him, we put up an electric fence. And he found it rather quickly. And now he don't go anywhere near the fence. He'll go probably 2 feet from the fence, look at you and bark. But he will not jump the fence. He's used to people because we have something called a geocache. It's part of a worldwide hunting game. And I have placed the geocache just on the other side of my fence line. So he does see people regularly that come to look for the geocache. So he does see people. He's used to seeing people. And some of the regulars, there's a city park on the other side of my fence. Some of the people that normally walk their dog know my dog and their dogs. There's one lady that walks her dog who doesn't like my dog. And she doesn't always put her dog on a leash. And my dog's in his yard. So the last time they bumped into each other, my dog was in his yard. So I just let him go over there and bark his head off. And her dog is going crazy. And I went over to just make sure that's who it was. And it was. And she goes, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I don't have mine on a leash. So I need to get mine. Your dog is fine. Yours is behind a fence. He's in his yard." And I'm like, yeah. I'm just nodding my head, agreeing with her. Exactly. My dog's in his yard. And yours is roaming wherever the heck he wants to poop or pee wherever he wants. But that's not my concern because it's not my yard. I don't have small kids anymore that play in the city park. But mine used to play in the city park. But they're grown now. They have kids of their own. And we don't worry about that anymore. So yeah, that's the story of my puppy going on a walk. He wanted to go next door and see what the neighbor was doing. He was probably looking for a cat. Yeah. So I went out, and I never told you. I went out and noticed Mr. Pampered did the yard, mowed lawns about 2 days ago. He tried to help a neighbor with her lawn, but she has a big magnolia tree in front of her yard. So that thing drops leaves as quick as you pick them up. It's like if you ever seen an oak tree is kind of the same way. Those leaves. So he was helping her out and he did some mowing. And so he left the gate open. Now this gate's been open for probably 2 days, 2.5 days. And Milo never noticed. He didn't notice. So went out there and seen the gate was open, and I closed the gate. No harm done, because Milo doesn't run away. He knows where the food's good. Now, we had another dog that looked just like him named Lucky. Lucky, on the other hand, would have booked it for the hills, and you just would have had to wait for him to come back. You just would have had to do that, because Lucky did not come right back. Now, we used to take our van, when we had a van, when Lucky got out, and follow him and ask him to go for a ride. And he'd jump right in the van if we happened to see where he went, because he was quick. So we would just wait for him to come home. All the neighbors knew who he was. A few times the neighbor across the street to the left would call me. That's when we had house phones. Remember house phones? That's when he would call me. They would call me and go, where's Lucky? And I went, I have no idea. He's here. And he's in my house waiting for you. I'm like, all right, I'll be right there. And I'd go over with his leash and get him and bring him home. But Milo won't go anywhere. He just goes visiting. Apparently, he just goes to the neighbors. So, and that's fine with me, because I know he won't go anywhere. So because I use these enhancement drills, I have a whole packet of a spare color of the plus sign one. I'm almost done. And then I'll show you the trash drills. Now the trash, there was, for the size of the kit, it was average. But guys, the trash, it really doesn't bother me about trash as long as I have enough to complete the kit. Right? If you have enough, who cares? The only thing bad about trash is you have to pick them out and look for the next one or get the next one. That's what's bad about trash. That's why I think people don't like it, because you have to find another one, and that can take time, or you have to reload more. So that is the colors of the canvas. And these are spares. And if a drill were to pop off, I would just find the color closest one to its neighbor. So that's how I would figure out what color. And I can look on my color grid and in my book and see it. So the trash. This is my trash. I always find trash interesting. There's probably about 10 drills in here that weren't officially trash, but that were stragglers. So, you see my trash? I got like a sword. You see the sword? So that's the trash. Very interesting trash. Yeah. There's another mini sword. I find the trash interesting on how these things get in there. Of course, we have some that have holes at the top, like that green one. So, weird shaped ones, like right there. It's not round, it's not square, it's a teardrop. So, that's the trash. And some of them are not trash. They're just ones that popped out of the tray when I was putting colors away. Hey, I made a rhyme. Just popped out of the tray when I was putting colors away. And I didn't know which color it was, so I just made it trash. So these will go in my book. They will get taped in. That's garbage. See, spares, trash, they'll just get taped in. Yep. Where are you? But guys, I had so much fun doing this one. So they'll be added to my book. I'll have spares and trash, and then some notes about the replacements so that I have it if I need it. And you'll be seeing these enhancements again in another kit of some kind. But I'm getting ready to work on my food for May. Diamonds and Stuff. In 2 years, Diamonds and Stuff is I Will Not Desert You with Wendy. And I'm also working on drinks for the food event 2-year anniversary of Diamond Painting with Friends 2.0. So go check out Crafty Chef Diamond, and it's not too late. Be a part of our food event. You can do any medium of craft you would like to. So just join in and have some fun with us. As always, everyone, be kind to everyone you meet.